All right, folks, finally meet the new Ricoh GR IV. Placed the order 2 minutes late on August 20th, and I thought I'd add a lot more gray hair by the time this guy arrived. But then finally, it's here, and I already shot over 1,000 images. The camera somehow feels like a Zen monk trapped inside a tin can full of bees, or like a flawed lover you can't let go. Let's talk first impressions, because this little guy made me laugh, worry, and fall in love all within 20 shots before it started heating up like a toaster. The build. The body does not inspire much confidence whatsoever for a $1,500 camera, but that's how it's always been. So as long as it doesn't break apart, I'm fine. And by the way, this is my first GR series camera. So yeah, I'm not kind of used to the 1, 2, 3 and so on. The first thing that surprised me was the startup time. Now take a look. I'm gonna press the button. Oh, sorry, wrong button. And it's ready. You know, it's like ready in a jiffy, and it's gone. Ready. So it's almost instantaneous, and that's very good for, you know, street photography and stuff. So you don't have to keep the camera on all the time, and you can switch it off when, you know, you're walking and you're kind of working the scene. So I really loved that, and that helped me shoot over 650 frames. In fact, exactly 679 frames in a single morning. And the battery kind of showed red and that it was going to go off, but it still didn't go off. So it probably would have carried on to at least 700, I guess. So you hit the power button, boom, ready to shoot. A boon for street photographers and for battery conservation, except it's a tad noisy. Do you hear that? Hold on. See that? Not a big deal in street. You will hardly hear it in the, you know, street din and noise, but it wants to let you know it's awake. Now, here's the weird part. You turn it off, it's off now, and it still makes some noise. I don't know if you can hear this. You know, there's this little rattle inside. I guess that's the IBIS and the sensor combo, just casually rolling around in there like loose change. Totally normal is what I'm told. And there is another camera which I'll compare this with, and that also has the same issue. So I don't think it's a big deal. Coming back to the heat, after about 10 to 12 shots, it starts to get warm, like concerningly warm. I shot 12 photos and thought maybe I accidentally activated a grill mode. To be fair, it's doing a lot, stabilizing, focusing, thinking about life. But yeah, your palm might need coolants. It does really get hot. Now let's come to the beauty of the snap function. This is where Ricoh earns its cult. Snap focus, zone focus, full press snap mode. You set your distance and boom, it's like a manual camera, just that it's not a manual camera, as a manual focus camera, but it's not a manual focus camera. Instant shot, zero lag. It's like the camera says, don't worry about AF, I got you. And thanks for this, as the AF hunts, it's unreliable, and Face Eye Detect is a joke, as it recognizes faces only if they are within 1 to 3 meters and in good light. So unless you're standing right in front of your subject with a flashlight yelling, look at me, just use zone focus. Depth of field is wide anyway. It's an 18 mil lens. Everyone in the frame is sharp, including the stranger who photobombs, but that's the nature of the beast. Now the lens is fantastic, sharp as heck, lovely rendering, but don't expect cinematic sun stars or flares. This lens just quietly does its job. No drama, no distractions, just clinical perfection. The drive mode, it's I guess around 3 or 4 FPS. Nowhere did I see exactly what it's rated at, but I guess I got about 3 to 4 pictures a second, maybe 3. No lag, that's good. No lag, no delay, feels like a tiny machine gun for street photographers, just in slow motion though. Internal memory, oh my god, what an underrated hero. And the internal memory, absolute lifesaver. You could forget your SD card, shoot all day, and still feel smug. 53 GB for a 20 odd MP camera, I think that's pretty good. It's high time every camera had this. It's almost 2026. Leica, are you listening? The GR World app, rest in peace. Now, about the GR World app, it doesn't work at all. The download for raw files just stops like it's on siesta. You'll have a better chance transferring files by pigeons, the old world way. Now, without the app, just connecting the camera via USB-C to my MacBook Pro, the camera is not detected as a drive at all, unless you open Lightroom or Adobe Bridge, and then when you click download, it kind of recognizes the camera, and that's kind of weird, but it is what it is. So, final thoughts. It's quirky, noisy, gets warm, actually gets hot, has commitment issues with autofocus, and an app that needs therapy, but it's also fast, pocketable, sharp, and gives you that just shoot freedom. This Ricoh GR IV, it's like that weird friend who never texts back, but shows up every time you need a ride, and that's why I love it. If you found this useful, drop a like, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you in the next one where I'll do an in-depth kind of review of this guy and also compare it with its nearest competitor. Slightly bigger, not a pocketable camera. See you soon, assuming my GR4 hasn't melted by then.